Whoa, hang on. That's blurry. There we go. Welcome everyone to our final pop-up Q&A. Thank you for your patience. Time got away from me this morning, so welcome everyone. Just to kind of inform you about what we're doing things a little differently now. So we are going to be ending this Q&A. Spirit is guiding me and directing me to focus on people who are really more committed to their process. And I've been doing this live Q&A for about a year and a half, and I've loved it, and it's great. I know a lot of people are benefiting from it. And there's also plenty of free resources. My YouTube channel is packed full of videos that I've done for years, very full of information and high frequency activations, clearings that you can all benefit from. So I hope you'll be taking advantage of that after we finish these Q&As here. And I'm also wanting to spend more time on people who are really seriously committed to their growth and evolution. Because sometimes the people that come here are sort of dabbling, and maybe they don't know what this is about, and so they're still learning, and that's great. But we're at a time now where there's really no time to waste. We really have to step into our gifts, into our magic, into our brilliance. And this is the only way the world is going to change as we know it now. And so, for those of you who are committed and really do want to take your next step, I highly encourage you to do one of two things, or both. There's people who are doing both. This Thursday, we do this every other month. So this Thursday is the first day of the 21-day daily meta clearing. So what we do on Friday gets shortened, Friday's inspiration. So we're going to be doing 30-minute clearing every single day for 21 days. It is massively powerful. It's really only for those of you who are really ready to take a next step, because it is that powerful. And we take weekends off so you can integrate. But this is really going to be a powerful process. So that would be one thing I would highly, highly recommend if you're really ready to take a next step. The other thing that I recommend, if you want something more private, more personal, is to get your personal vibrational altitude report, where I measure more than, we're up to almost close to 50 calibrations, where I don't need to know anything about you or talk to you or anything. I just tap into your frequency and create this really profound report. And this report is the foundation for anyone who's considering working with me. So a lot of the people who are joining the 21 day are also getting this report, so they have a good baseline of where they are going into this 21 days, and they can get a better idea of how much they're shifting and changing and exactly what they specifically need to work on. I will be on this 21 days in the background, running you through this daily process and looking at the overall energies that everyone is working on. If you want to go deeper and more specifically, I suggest you get the report along with it. If you want just to work with me privately, the report is where everyone starts. So those are some of the big things that we're working on sort of in the immediate future. There's also been a lot of requests for a mentoring program where people can learn what I'm doing. So this is going to be happening in January. I'm going to be starting a 3-month mentoring program. And so look for details about that coming down the pike. Very excited about that one. All right. So today we are going to be entertaining your brief questions. And so I suspect that today there's going to be a lot of questions, and we may not be able to get to all of your questions. So just know that whatever question I choose, and often I prefer to pick new people who have never been here before, to give everyone an opportunity to experience my gifts. But chances are that the questions that I choose are going to be able to benefit many, many people, not just the person that I'm calling on. So know that you're receiving these energetic activations, clearings, downloads, however you want to refer to it, no matter if I'm working on you specifically or not. All right, let's get started and see what we got. Clean glasses will help. And I'd love to hear where you guys call in from. We have a really great international audience. My lovely assistant Roma is from London, and we have Angelica, who is from the Philippines, my assistants. So always love hearing where you guys are calling in from. All right, let's see what we have here. And and we will do our best to entertain as many questions as possible. This is a new person or a name I'm not particularly familiar with. Kanti Krishnan. I'm always having nightmares and really uncomfortable dreams at night. Sometimes I feel some entities in my room. What is this happening? What should I do? Thank you for all your help. So this is really great because this is a question that a lot of people will benefit from. A lot of people are struggling with what they're processing at night. So at night, we process, and we're still continuing to work, evolve, grow on the astral plane, and we're processing a lot of what happens during our daytime hours. So what I want to do is I want to create an avatar. And if you're not familiar with that is, it's outlined in my book, Access Your Ultimate Power, the Blueprint to Infinite Intelligence, available on Amazon. But an avatar in my world represents, it's a person. And we run the energy through this avatar, through this person, just like we do with ourselves, except that this avatar represents something specific. Now, you can use this for all kinds of things, relationships. Been working with people who are undergoing surgery. Maybe there's a new job you want. So in this case, we're going to do it for your dream space, the space that you go to at night so that you can feel safe and comfortable and protected. So that's what we're going to do. I'd also like to check, Conti, if you have discarnate beings. Yes, you have about 5. You have about 5 fear entities and about 10 control beings. So let's clear this avatar, and then we'll see what's left. You never know what gets cleared in the process. So, tickle here. So the way that we do this is we use our free imagination to imagine a person standing out in front of you. And this is going to represent your dream space. So we're going to make sure, first of all, that it's grounded. It has a grounding cord to the center of the earth. Okay, so that's attached. And now we're going to send roots down from the bottom of the feet of this avatar deep into the earth to connect with this intelligent mycelium, a fungus layer around the planet, as well as the crystalline energies that are just below the surface of the earth. So those roots are going to connect to that so that you feel safe when you sleep, and it doesn't have to feel so scary. Okay, great. Next, we're going to see if this avatar has a worry circle. So we're going to out to the 15th layer. So this is that 1% energy. The 1% is that oppressive energy that you can feel on the planet. Everyone can feel it. It has lots of names, but it's just focus on the energy that you feel. That's real. And so this energy is currently wanting to suppress humanity, as they always have. It's just that now humanity is waking up and they're more conscious and aware of how they're operating. So we're going to pull this 1% energy at the root of the avatar. We're going to pull this worry circle in. It pulls into about the 3rd layer where there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear about stepping into your power, even on the astral plane, because it's an unfamiliar place to you. And there's things that are always happening that are unknown. So let's go ahead and pull this energy in to the core of this avatar. And then we're going to pull it up through the central core and then out the crown, sending it off planet. And the reason we do that is because this is how this energy comes in. It comes into your crown and then spreads out so that you don't feel safe in your body, in your root, on the planet. Okay, so now this avatar is deeply grounded and rooted. We're going to take it a step further with this grounding. This is a new way of grounding. And so that's the beauty and importance of staying connected with the work that I do, because it's always changing. It's like a living thing. There's always new information coming in, updates, because the energy on the planet is growing, expanding, evolving, and things are happening pretty fast. So it's important to stay up to date with what is the latest and greatest and newest information on how we can combat these and fortify ourselves against these energies. So we're going to come up to our heart now. Well, in this avatar, you can also do this for yourself. As I'm running energy, you can do this for yourself. But we're going to use the avatar here, and we're going to amplify the illumination in the heart of this avatar. So we're going to start watching that bright light right in the center of the chest of this avatar, getting brighter and brighter, activating the love in this heart center. And then we're going to start bringing this illumination down. We're going to ground the heart. So we're going to, the heart space, the heart chakra, this energy center, we're going to start bringing that down to the solar plexus, where the energy is stopping. So this stop energy is the energy that's preventing you from grounding your heart, from being able to feel safe in your heart. So let's remove this energy. It goes out to the third layer, front and back of this third chakra, right at the solar plexus. So we're going to pull this stop energy in. So there's a fear entity here. It's actually about 5 of them. So we're going to use a black flame to transmute the energy right at the solar plexus and transmuting this dark energy. And for those of you who might be afraid of a black flame, that sounds like, what? That sounds scary. It's black. And so just know that this black flame is pure darkness. Pure darkness is the same darkness in the womb when a baby is getting created. It's the same darkness of that mycelium layer, fungus layer that's under the surface of the earth. This highly intelligent layer is responsible for everything that decays on the planet and everything that rebirths and grows from this decay. So it's a highly transformative energy. So we're going to turn up that black flame right in the solar plexus of this avatar to transmute these fear entities. Oi nai te te a kukoe me pai te te a ki o no akeki ia pepe na te te a kuane te a no aki o ya te te a. Okay, great. So now as we're grounding this heart through the solar plexus, there we go, into that second chakra where it's stopping again. So this is the fear, Kanti, that you are holding in this space, but this also applies to a lot of you who are afraid to go to sleep. Maybe you wait till you're absolutely exhausted. You'll stay up watching, the news or even just scrolling on the social media until you just can't keep your eyes open because you're afraid to go to sleep. So we're going to second chakra, fear. There's more fear entities in this second chakra. There's actually about 10. So we're going to do the same thing with this black flame. We're going to turn up that flame We're going to transmute all of this fear so that you can feel safe when you go to sleep at night. So go ahead, and everybody's doing this together. We have quite a crowd here. If you do that, we're doing this all together. It's going to amplify this energy even more. This is the beauty of this group program that's starting on Thursday, is that we're all working together as a group, amplifying the energies. So go ahead and turn up that flame. Uya me petia kekio no atetia. A pe na kikua. Uche na titi kuno u aya e na e kio kukua. Okay. So as we're grounding the heart, we're still grounding the heart through the solar plexus, through that second chakra, spilling down the root. And now allow this, it's like a big tube that goes from your heart all the way to the center of our luminous earth. I believe the earth is hollow. If you believe the earth is flat or some other thing, just use your free imagination to what works for you. This is just a framework. So we're connecting this luminous heart with this highly luminous center of our planet Earth. And now those 2 points are connected so that it can feel safe, it can feel secure, and all the energies that you're releasing from your heart, all those ways you judge yourself, all the ways you're being hard on yourself, thinking you're not doing enough or doing it right, or you should be doing something different. It has a place to go. Okay, great. Next, we're just going to let that run on autopilot, just like gravity. Now we're going to go up above the head of this avatar. And this avatar can have anywhere between 3 and 60 creative rings. So you don't have to know how many you have to be able to put your intentions, your desires, your dreams, goals up in these rings. Put in these rings how you would like your dream space to be when you go to sleep at night. Maybe there's people that have crossed over that you want to spend some time with. Maybe there's things that you want to learn. Maybe there's information that you want to bring back with you so that you learn lessons while you're on the astral. Feeling safe, put that up there. Having fun adventures, pleasant surprises. Whatever you want this dream space to be, put it in these rings. So now we're going to start connecting with pure source. We're going to bring pure source down through these creative rings, recalibrating your dreams, your desires for this dream space, for this time on the astral plane, so that it's in your highest and best interests. So as we're bringing pure source down through these rings, it's now going to come into the crown where it's stopping. So the congestion at the crown, you have a circle there, just like you do at your root chakra. So this circle is called the permission circle. This is where you give yourself permission to have what you desire in your rings. So we're going to pull in this permission circle. It's congested all the way out to the 15th layer because it's the 1% that wants to occupy your sovereignty. They want to be the boss of you. They want to decide what's best for you or what they want you to do. So this is also applying to the astral plane. They want you to be afraid when you go to sleep at night. This is what they feed on, these darker energies of fear, anger, worry. So we're going to pull in this energy so that you can start occupying more of your sovereignty when you go to the astral plane. So it pulls into the 4th layer. This is where there's a lot of judgments. Maybe there's things that happen on the astral. Maybe you do things that you would never do in your day-to-day life that maybe you have shame about. Maybe you have a lot of, it stirs up bad feelings in yourself. Just drop all these judgments. That's you being able to process some of the shame you carry in your life that you're not even aware of. So just pull all of these judgments in. Maybe you said something on the astral plane that you didn't mean to say, you never would say in real life, but a lot of things happen where it doesn't feel like you have control of what's going on in this space. Okay, so as we're coming down through the crown into that sixth chakra, so pure source energy, we're working with the avatar. It's coming down through the rings into the crown, into that sixth chakra, right behind your forehead. So it's stopping there. And it's going out to the third layer. So this is where there's a lot of congestion around how powerful you feel in this space, in this dream space. So we're going to pull this energy in right at that sixth chakra, any place that you have fears around being powerless. We're just going to drop those beliefs down the grounding cord so you can have a different experience when you go to sleep at night. That's another one you could put in those rings, is that you wake up feeling refreshed and your body is repairing and replenishing and regenerating while you're sleeping. Okay, so now this pure source is coming down through that sixth chakra into the throat where it's stopping again. So I don't know if you've ever had those kind of dreams where you're help, help, and the words are not coming out. This is telling you how powerless you feel with your voice in your day-to-day life. Let's clear that powerless energy here. So we're going to go out to the third layer, both front and back of the avatar. And we're going to pull in all this fear around speaking up. Maybe you have someone chasing you in your dreams. You can stop and turn around and face these oppressors and use your voice to tell them to leave. They're not welcome. Because you're in charge of your life. So all of the powerlessness that you feel on the astral plane is just a reflection of what's going on in your day-to-day life. Okay, great. So now we're bringing this pure source down through the throat and the heart and the solar plexus, second chakra, spilling down the root. Great. So breathe into this powerful vertical alignment where this avatar is connected way up high to pure source, rooted deeply into the earth. Now we're going to mix these two energies, pure source coming down the backside, the earth energy coming up the legs. We're going to bring a 50-50 mixture up the front of this avatar, real close to the spine, through the second, where it's stopping. So the congestion is out to that third layer, more fear here. Okay, so these are just, I was checking to see if it was a fear entity or a control being. It's not. These are just your own personal fears that you entertain over and over. So let's let that all go down the grounding. So when you sleep at night, you feel rested, refreshed, excited to go to sleep. I love going to sleep at night. I look forward to all the adventures that happen at night. So as we're bringing this 50-50 mixture up through the second, third, heart, okay, it's stopping at the heart. Let's go out to that third layer where your heart may feel powerless. Like you might feel really vulnerable and afraid to open your heart on the astral plane because you have a lot of self-judgments that aren't even yours. So let's let all that go. And you might notice that even though we're working on this avatar that's outside of you and it's not you, that you are feeling shifts and changes in your own physiology, in your physical body. That's because when we work on avatars, you're still working on yourself, but it's doing it in a way that's a little bit more removed. And it's sometimes easier to access those places that are tricky and hard to get to. So as we're bringing this energy up through the, second, okay, so it's still stuck there. Third layer. Okay, so this is a lot of anger and rage. So notice if you have angry dreams where people are mad at you or you're mad at other people, and there's just a lot of angry and raging energy. We're just going to drop that down the grounding cord of this avatar. Okay, there. So now we're bringing this 50-50 mixture up through the second chakra, solar plexus, up into the heart, where it's stopping again, out to that third layer. Let's pull in more of the judgments that you hold and carry about yourself, not doing enough, not doing it right. Yeah. And all those places where you're afraid to be vulnerable and open that heart. So we're just going to pull all of that energy in. Okay, good. So now the heart of this avatar is open 100%. So let's let this 50-50 mixture of energy pass through the heart. There we go, up into the throat, sixth chakra, crown, through all the rings. It's going to cascade down through all the layers of the aura. It's going to merge with your grounding cord below your feet, so the aura has a place to release. Let's pay special attention to the third layer of the aura. And we are going to move out, or starting at the top, and we're going to move out all the effort, all the pushing, forcing, chasing energy, anything that says things are hard. So some of that martyr energy might be coming out, where you put everybody ahead of you and you always take the crumbs. All right. Then we're going to jump out to the 15th layer of the avatar. We're going to start at the bottom, lifting this 1% energy out of this astral space, out of this dream space. Setting that off planet above the crown. And then the 25th layer. So the 25th layer is where the fear entities hang out. So let's start at the bottom. I'm going to start at the bottom, and we're going to lift all the fear out of this space. So just pretend that you know where this 25th layer is. Because as a spirit, you actually know everything that I teach here, that I'm showing you, just helping you to remember. Okay, 25th, 25. And then the 40th layer wants to get grounded. So we're going to start at the top. The 40th layer is the layer of oneness, where we are all one, when we can have a clear energy field from our inner core, or the inner core of this dream space avatar, all the way out to this 40th layer. This is where you're going to experience this oneness on the astral plane. This is where we experience oneness even in our day-to-day life, where there are no divisions, where we are more alike than we are different. We are, I don't know if you've ever done a DNA thing. I did one a long time ago with the ancestry, and was actually shocked to find that we are 99 I forget, very high, 9-something% identical. The part that's different is this meat suit on the outside. And this is where all the divisions come from, because someone is identified as coming from a certain culture, a certain race, a certain whatever. And even, like people who have tattoos, or, whatever, we create these divisions based on this exterior shell. But if you cut anyone, you know where the heart is, no matter who you're cutting open, because we're all identical inside. So this 40th layer wants to get grounded so that we can experience this unconditional love, this oneness where we are all alike and the same, while we bring all of our unique gifts to the table. So this oneness layer is, we're not cookie cutters. We are all the same, from the same stardust, and yet we bring our unique gifts to this field. All right, last part is we're going to clear the circle of reciprocity, the upper 4 chakras, heart, throat, 6 crown, all of the rings. We're going to bring this energy out that right arm so you can give out on the astral plane, your time, your energies, your joy, your love. But allow yourself to receive. So that left hand is blocked. So let's allow the receiving, the surrender, so that you're not controlling everything. And you can allow yourself to receive up through the shoulder, down through the front and back of the heart. So that's the circle. Out the right arm, in the left, simultaneously through the front and back of the throat, through that 6th chakra, through the crown, through all of the rings. Excellent. So that was a really great first question. Thank you, Conti. And I'd also love to hear from those of you who are here how you may have noticed any shifts in your own body, or if you feel any different. Maybe you feel excited to go to sleep tonight, and what adventures you'll have. All right. So thank you, Conti. And for those of you who would like to, let's see. Yes, for those of you who'd like to join us for the 21-day program that I was talking about, the process that I just applied to this avatar is the same running your energy process we're going to do every day for 21 days. Every day, building on the next, going deeper, deeper, deeper. You can get all the information from this link here. And if you're also interested in getting that vibrational altitude report, this one, excuse me. The vibrational altitude report, so that you can know where you vibrationally stand before you even start the program, is highly recommended. So that is also where everyone starts who wants to work with me. Here is the book. I did mention that earlier. If you'd like to get that on Amazon. Okay. Okay, so I've seen you here before, but we will entertain your question. Can you check if my grandparents from mother and father's side have ascended? Sure. Your grandparents from mother and father. So that would be your great grandparents? Okay, so on your mother's side, I'm getting them, I'm just doing them collectively at a -5, so they have not ascended. On your father's side, at a -15. So we're just going to put these all together in an avatar. Another great way to use an avatar that I do all the time to help people ascend. So we'll put all 4 of them in this avatar and collectively just see where they are still holding energies that are keeping them down on this earthly plane, unhappy, still living out their life, maybe even through you. So let's help them ascend. 3 of them are working their energies through you. So let's help them ascend. We're going to go to the 6th chakra, out to that 3rd layer where they don't know their power without a body. So we're just going to pull that energy in. 7, 6, 5. And then at the heart, where they're still holding a lot of judgments. So as these ancestors of yours are channeling their energy through you, you're going to be experiencing how they were very hard on themselves. They're still running their judgments of themselves through you. So if you found that you've been very judgmental of yourself, this is partially where it's coming from. 1, 6, 5, 4. And then at the root chakra, where they are afraid to take a next step because they don't know how or what that means. So we're just going to clear that. Okay, so let's see where they are now. So now all 4 of them have ascended. So thank you for your question, Black Tarantula. Nikki, I think, so this is Conti. This is who we were just clearing the astral plane with. I was burping a bit while I was working on my avatar. My hand felt magnetic and pushing the entities. Okay, so that's great. You're using your free imagination as we're doing this. Now everything appears more colorful and bright. That's right. So this is real stuff that we're doing here, no matter where you are on the planet, whether you're in India or you're in London or you're in the US or Canada or wherever you are, this is going to work. This still works remotely. So thank you for sharing how that changed for you, Conti. All right, let's go with Nikki. Okay, your eye. Okay, would appreciate if you could have a look at my space, please. So appreciating your gifts and also the eye. So that's the other part of the question. So Nikki, the biggest thing that you're working on is stepping into your power. So this is showing up right at your root chakra. There's a lot of energy around around your root in your worry circle. You also don't have a grounding cord. So for everyone here, when you are experiencing a lot of anxiety and stress and worry, chances are you don't have a grounding cord. So we're going to give you, Nikki, a grounding cord, and everyone out there who's not feeling very grounded, a new grounding cord that goes from the base of your spine all the way to the center of the planet. Then all the energies that are circulating around and around that are not even yours have a place to go. So we're just going to help you get grounded. Here we go. Okay, good. And so now there's also that worry circle, as I was talking, has now expanded out to the 15th layer. So that's that 1% energy. We're just going to pull that in to the core of your root. We're going to send that down the grounding. There's some energy in your heart that's showing up now out to the 3rd layer. So these are the judgments that you're holding and carrying that are not yours. It looks like a lot of your father's judgments in your space, like that. It's kind of like that energy of feeling like no matter what you do, it's not enough. And you can never make him happy. Okay, great. Okay, good. So let us know if that feels any different. And for if you're new here and you haven't been using the free 20-minute meditation, I'll see if Roma posted that somewhere here. I can put that up for you. And this 20-minute meditation is super important. That's the same process we're going to be going through every day for 21 days. I'm in the background helping you clear. So this is how you maintain what we do here. This is good to come and get a little house cleaning done, but if you're not maintaining the energies that are constantly being thrown at you every day, all of the programs that are trying to keep you off track, pulled out of your core. If you don't have a way to manage that every single day, what we do here, it won't be as it's not that it won't be as effective. It won't last. It'll be fleeting. All right. Let's answer Gabe. Okay, let's see. Can you can you please clear any past life traumas and remove any spells or curses? So past life trauma, that's a broad, really broad scope because every past life has a trauma of some kind. So if you could be more specific, we'll see if you have any spells and curses. And let's see, you also say, could you also do a clearing for my sister? She's been going through a tough week. And so just so you know, I don't do clearings on other people unless we've gotten their permission. So, it's always admirable, and, we love helping other people, but maybe we can see they want help or need help, and all the things that they can change, but maybe they're not as ready as you think they should be. So that's why we clear people that actually show up here, unless you've gotten permission ahead of time. So spells and curses, Gabe. None. So let's look at a past life, some past life energy. Actually, I'm more inclined to work on something that is affecting you now in present time, which is at your root chakra, where you're afraid to really fully step into your power. And part of what's preventing that is there's a lot of anger and rage in your root. And it's hard to see things clearly when we filter everything through an angry filter. Yeah, there's about 95% anger in your space, but you don't realize it because you're not in your body all the way. You're only in your body 15%. So you're not going to be aware of how much anger is sitting at your root, preventing you from getting grounded. So, like, you don't even have a grounding cord right now. So let's give you a grounding cord. So you could start releasing all this anger that kicks you out of your body and makes it really feel uncomfortable. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. So now you're grounded. And then let's see, there's no worry circle. Great. So now things are flowing much better. Now things are flowing much better. And the anger is down to 0. And you're in your body 100%. So let us know how that feels different. All right. Thanks, Gabe. So it looks like that's what you came here for. All right. NK. I'm working on clearing victim fear and martyr, but it seems to keep coming back almost daily. Please, could you help with this? All right, let's measure these. Victim. You actually only have 15% victim energy right now. Fear. That's where most of this is coming from. 100% fear. And then martyr is only at about 50%. So 50% martyr, you're not going to feel like a martyr, but you probably notice that you do things kind of the hard way. Things are a little harder than you need them to be. So let's see where these are. We're going to address the fear first because that's the biggest, and then these other energies are probably connected to that. When you're afraid and fear takes over, we tend to contract. When we're contracted, everything is harder. When you're all curled up in a little ball trying to get things done, it's like your arms are tied. It's like, how do you tie your shoes with, So when we let go of all of this fearful energy, we can feel more expanded. It's a lot easier to get things done, and we're not going to be as inclined to attract the energy that's causing us to go like this. So first of all, we're going to go to your sixth chakra, and this is a great question for a lot of people here because this is a real common, these are real common energies that a lot of people are dealing with, especially fear. So everyone here can benefit from this. We're going to go to the sixth chakra right behind your forehead, out to that third layer where there's a big chunk of fear. It's actually connected to a control being. So control beings also use fear. And these fear entities and control beings are used by the 1%. So we don't know. There's a lot we don't know, especially about energy and how they are used. A lot of people are using black magic and dark energies to control other people to try and swindle them. That's what I just was talking about on Friday's inspiration. So we're going to use a black flame right in the sixth chakra to transmute these control beings so that they don't have a place to connect to or to attach to. So let's go ahead and use this pure darkness, black flame. Turn up the volume on that. Oi, oi, nai te te okua, e pe nai te anakia, e iu tua pake ne te te kokua, a pe ne tua ke kia. 6, 5. Then we're going to go to your heart where there's more fear. I'm going to go out to that third layer. So that third layer is relating to connecting your power to your heart. So here are some fear entities and control beings. So we're going to use a black flame again to transmute these energies so that they can't continue to, one, make you feel guilty, make you feel bad, make you feel like you're not doing enough, you should be doing more. Anything that's kind of beating you up and cracking the whip on you, that's these judgmental energies. So go ahead and turn up the flame here. Oi, ai nea te tia kokua me pi utua. Eke naia o ni tua pipikiane te ake u ni uyapai. O na e nai ki kao u hu nei ai te ia o kono ku uya ne te te apapa. Okay, so that cleared those. And now in the root chakra, this is another very common place where people hold a lot of fear. And it also pulls up your grounding cord. So you don't have a grounding cord. So let's make sure that you're grounded to the center of the planet so you can release all of this fear on a regular basis. So when you talk about, you keep doing it daily, but it keeps coming back, it's that it doesn't have a place to go. It's like you're stirring something, but it's not going down the drain. So number one thing, if that keeps happening, get ultra grounded to the center of the earth. Number one, most important energetic thing you can do for yourself. Stay grounded. Okay, there. So maybe now you can feel that difference. Now you're grounded. Let's pull in this worry circle from the third layer and just send all that worry, fear, doubt, uncertainty down the grounding. There's a control being in this root as well. So go ahead and turn up that black flame so we can transmute these energies. Uya na te apapa, koe nai kia, e na te toa, pekane uku ni ia te makea, o oia ne ikawa. Okay, so now let's remeasure the fear because all of those energies are now clear and you're grounded. You have earth energy coming up through your legs and there's no worry circle. So let us know how this is feeling different. I'll remeasure these energies. Fear is down to 15%, but we want to get it all the way to zero. So that's the beauty of using the infinity system, is because we get all the energies. We're not just guessing anymore. So let's see where this is in the root, out to that second layer. There's someone that's courting to you here that is also very afraid. And they court to you because maybe you feel a little more grounded or a little more confident. And even not even though you weren't grounded, this other person is relying on you for some sense of security. So teach them how to get grounded. Let's use a violet flame so we can detach, or you can just gently send their energy back to them. Okay, so now your fear is at zero. Martyr, also zero. Victim, zero. So these other two energies, victim and martyr energy, were related to the fear, no doubt to those fear entities and control beings that we released, as well as the person courting to you. So this is how much these outer energies that are not us affect how we feel, what we think, how inspired we are. It affects our entire energy field. So good idea to get a report to find out exactly what's going on with you guys. All right, let us know how you're feeling different, NK. And thank you for joining us today. All right, Rita, any insight as to my youngest son and detrimental cords and otherwise appreciated? Again, I don't work on them specifically. Let's see. Okay, so what I'm checking for is, let's do this. Rita, is how you are courting to your son. So, yeah, because we're not going to work on your son. We're going to work on you. You're the one who's here. And if you're finding that you're having struggles with him, part of it is because of the way you're courting to him. So instead of using your words to say what's working or what's not working, and being encouraging and supportive, you're using chords to try to subtly manipulate his energies, what he's doing, how he's feeling. So the first place you're courting is right at his heart. So this is it's like maybe trying to make him feel bad about what he's doing so that he'll do something different, right? Instead of using your words. And anybody who, like, if think of yourself as the recipient, when he's courted like that, is going to put him in resistance. He doesn't want to be made feel guilty. He doesn't want to be made to feel bad. And so he's going to start resisting you. The other place you're courting is right at his solar plexus. This is the other part of where you're trying to control what he's doing. So, and so it's congested out to the third layer. So that's like, you don't want him to do something, or maybe, there's something he's doing, you want him to stop. And so you plug in here instead of using your words. So this is a way of subtly trying to manipulate people. All that does is it puts him in resistance, where he's like probably constantly trying to push you away. And the other place you cord is right at his root chakra, where you want to, because he's your son, you want what's best for him. You want to make sure he's okay. But when you're having a bad day, he's going to be experiencing that bad day as his. So I want you to call back your energy from all of these places so that your son can stop resisting you. And I'm just going to gently pull this energy back. And from his heart, his solar plexus, yeah. So chances are you feel a little out of control in your own life, and so this is then we start trying to control other things that are going on around us. Okay, so great job pulling those cords out. There's a couple other energies I want to check in you, Rita, that will be more helpful so that you won't want to feel like you have to keep plugging into him instead of letting him learn from his own mistakes, encouraging and supporting him when he is doing things right. And okay, so the first energy I wanted to check was the energy of sacrifice. So that is actually at 100%, and you really want that to be at 0, because otherwise, and this might be something you put on your son is, I make so many sacrifices for you, and all I'm asking is that you do this or that. So let's stop sacrificing. Let's start making choices that are the best for you, where you don't feel like you're going to be resentful in the long run because you did this thing. You're only going to do what you're capable of doing, what you have the energy to do, so that you're not spreading yourself thin. We're going to go up to that 6th chakra, out to the 3rd layer. So you have some beliefs that are related to your power that make you feel powerless, so that you have to give up something in order to get something else. So we're just going to pull those beliefs in and drop it down your grounding. Also in your heart, out to that 3rd layer. So you have a lot of your own self-judgments, and so a lot of that gets projected outward. So let's pull this in so you don't have to keep judging yourself and making yourself feel bad as a way of motivating yourself. That's what your parents did. It doesn't work, right? And so it's kind of like you're repeating your parents' pattern. 4, 3, 2. Okay, let's remeasure the energy of sacrifice. It's down to 15%. Going to go down to the root, out to that 3rd layer, so you can start stepping into your power. You can start making choices that are best for you without having to sacrifice anything, because that only leads to resentment in the long run, and we don't want to feel resentful. Okay. So sacrifice is now at 0. The other energy I wanted to check was the energy of control. So that's also at 100%. So that's kind of what's happening, is you're trying to control your outer environment so that you feel better. So let's clear this need to do that, because really the only thing we truly control is ourselves. So we're going to go to the heart, back out to that 3rd layer where there's more judgments. And when we are feeling very hard and judgmental on ourselves, we don't want. It's almost like we're so full of our personal self judgments that we can't take one more thing that's going to make us feel bad or overwhelmed or whatever. So that this is part of the controlling of the environment outside. So when you go inward, and this winter is going to be a huge opportunity for everyone to be going inward and really going deep with our own stuff and really focusing on ourselves. We can only expand outward to the degree that we go inward. So it can be a scary place to go and look, especially on our own, which is why I do what I do, so I can help people do that inward journey so it's not so scary. So this control energy, right at that sixth chakra, out to that third layer. So all the beliefs that make you feel out of control, that you can't control anything, which is true. But if you grew up in an environment like I did, where everything was totally dysfunctional, completely out of control, we grow up trying to control everything. And so what ends up happening with this kind of energy is that the universe wants you to heal that picture. And so it's going to keep showing you ways that you have no control of anything. Like when we look out in the world and we see what's going on, we can't control any of that that's going on, right? We can only manage what's here. And so the universe is going to keep showing you things that, look, you have no control of this and you have no control until you finally let go and you stop trying to control everything and you just let everything be as it's going to be. And know that everything works out exactly how it's supposed to. So if you can learn the lesson of this is where your journey is inward, not outward. All the distractions outward is merely to prevent you from owning your brilliance and your gifts, which are found in here, not out here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go to the root, out to that third layer. And this is that fear of stepping into your power. So let's pull this energy in. Oi nai te tia kukua nea paeke nai io ui nai kea a kea o tutu a me tia e ia kua pepe nai kea natate. Just sending that all down the grounding. Let's measure the energy of control now, down to 15%. There's still a little bit in the root, out to that second layer where there's a lot of anger and rage. So this anger and rage is only useful if you use it to point in a laser-like direction to help move something, create something that's going to happen, motivate yourself. That's how anger is helpful. When we use anger as this explosive energy that just splatters all over everything and just creates a mess, not a helpful way of using anger. So we're just going to let go of this excess anger. I'm not taking your anger away from you. You have access to your anger 24/7 if you ever need it. It's always available. We're just letting go of all the excess stuff. Okay, great. Okay. So let's remeasure control. Still at 15%. In that root, now the energy is out to the 15th layer. So this is kind of a slippery energy. It's this 1% energy that's trying to run and hide. So we're going to pull this energy all the way in. If you want to use a black flame while we're doing this right at your root, that could help. O oia e nai te o kukome pai te kia. O oinia pea ke nā te te o kuia I nai oi nai te kaya papa e nitia. Okay, so now the control is at 0. So let us know how that's feeling better for you, Rita. And this could be the beginning of helping to create a more peaceful relationship between you and your son. All right, let us know how that feels. All right. Katie. From Panama, I've been wondering if a recent decision to not pursue starting a business was one made out of fear, or did I read my intuition correctly. Let's measure the start of this business, and then you can know whether or not your intuition was correct. So this business vibrates at, low vibration, 200, 250. So you're correct where it stands now. What I would want to know is if we cleared a few things, if it created more room and cleared the blocks that are not allowing this business to be at a high vibration. So let me check a few things in you. So your energy is actually flowing really good. Okay, so it's not you. Let me check on this business. So one, it doesn't have a grounding cord. So I'm just going to run some energy through this business and see if it's still at a low vibration or if it changes things. So it doesn't have a grounding cord. So that's number one. We'll get it grounded. And there's no earth energy coming up through the legs. So it's not going to feel stable. So that's why you didn't move in that direction. It doesn't feel like there's anything stable happening there. There's also a lot of worry at the worry circle. So that's also going to make you go in the other direction. Okay. Now let's see how many rings this business has. Only 3. That's like the lowest amount of rings there are. So there's not a lot of room to create your dreams and desires, your goals and intentions through this business. But in these 3 rings, put your dreams and desires for this business in there. Let's just see if we can generate some more rings by doing this clearing. So we're going to bring pure source down through your dreams for this business, down through the rings, into the crown where it's stopping. So this business, there's no permission to have this business right now. So let's go out to the 3rd layer. So when we're done with this, it's either going to be at 250 because it's not the business for you, or we just cleared all the stuff that wasn't allowing you to go in that direction. So right at the crown, we're just going to pull in this energy that's not allowing it to have its seniority, meaning it doesn't have permission to exist right now. All right. 7, 6, 5, 4. So right at the heart, out to that 3rd layer where the heart of this business hasn't been activated yet. So when you think of your reasons or your goals for starting this business, like, is your heart connected to what this is, or is it just a financial thing? Are you merely interested in, wealth, prosperity, and abundance that this will bring? Or is this money going to be as the result of you transforming people's lives, creating changes for other people? That's where the greatest fulfillment is, when we can help other people in some fashion. Okay, so as it's coming through the heart, solar plexus, where it's also stopped, there's no engine for this business. So I believe that no matter what business you pick or choose, that it's always a way of being able to expand and accelerate your own growth and expansion. I just realized it's 12:15. we are going over. I'm just like in it. So, but we're going to finish this one here. Um, so your business is a way of working on yourself, but it's a little more removed from you. So that's why we use these avatars. It's a way of working on ourselves, but just kind of putting it out away from our immediate stuff, which can be hard to look at. Okay, sounds good. 3, 2, 1. Okay, great. Coming to the front. 1, 2, 3, aura. There's a little bit of effort in this business. It's like it's just really hard to get it off the ground. The 1%, like you don't want to work for the 1%. So let's clear that free range slavery out of this aura. And then also that reptilian energy out of the aura as well. Whew, okay, and then let's see the circle of reciprocity. Very slow in that outward implementing energy to get things done. And then left hand completely blocked, so you're not receiving anything. So let's bring the energy up through the arm, front and back of the heart, throat, 6 crown rings. Okay, so now the defining moment is to remeasure this business and see if now it's at a higher vibration, which merely means that it wasn't the business that was wrong or bad. It was your own resistance and the energy that was stuck in it that wasn't allowing it to flow. So let's see what the business vibrates at now. Ta-da! It's vibrating at infinity. So Katie, I would restart those engines and reconsider this business. It looks like a good business. You just had to get out of the way, get some things moving. And yeah, if you want some more help with all of this, get a temperature report. We keep going. So that is all the time. I've gone over time, in fact, to entertain all of your questions. I appreciate all of you who have been here and who have been coming here every week for the last year and a half, entertaining all your questions. And this is, so hopefully you've gotten a chance to see the amazing work that happens through this energy work. If you'd like to continue this kind of work, join us this coming Thursday to do this every day for 21 days. If you want to shift your life, bring an intention, bring a big goal, and let's get some stuff done. It's very powerful. And if you're wanting to also get a vibrational altitude report so that you know where you stand ahead of time, to go ahead and request that. We have just a couple of days to get these done. So that's also important. We've been doing a bunch of those. And also, I also wanted to let you know that I have recently, as I continue to grow and expand, I have recently raised my prices across the board. This program is the one program I have not raised prices. We do it every other month. This is the last chance you will see it at this price. So I'm just saying that ahead of time, not to try to push you. You're at free will, just letting you know. So as I continue to expand, so does my business. So do the kinds of people that I'm working with. So stepping more and more to working with people who are really making a difference on the planet, who are really ready to take their next step and do the work. And you'll see it doesn't have to be as hard as you think it is. So I hope you'll be joining us on Thursday for the first day. Now, sometimes I will leave the door open and we will allow some latecomers. Not this time. This time we're going to hold a very tight container. We're closing the doors Wednesday night. So tomorrow night is your last chance to join. So get in and let's get it done. Otherwise, I'll see you on Friday for Friday's Inspiration, where I come here every week. I've been doing this for at least 4 years. Every week at 11:11, bringing a new way to inspire you and also to do a massive meta clearing. So join us for that. And I thank all of you so much for being here. And until we meet again, keep asking my favorite question. How does it get any better than this? And stay in that blissful question of, I wonder. Sending much love. Namaste.